They laughed the first time he said it out loud. Budgeting is everything. It wasn't even the sentence itself that made them laugh. It was the way he said it, like it mattered, like it was serious, like it could actually change something. At the table sat 5 friends, all in their mid-20s, all earning decent money, all convinced they were doing fine. There was Aaron, who drove a financed car he couldn't really afford, Jason, who always had the newest phone on release day, Maya, who traveled twice a year on credit and called it living life. And then there was Liam, quiet, unimpressive on paper, no flashy lifestyle, no expensive stories, just a notebook he carried everywhere, and a habit none of them understood. He tracked every pound he spent, every single one. The first time they found out, it came up casually. Someone joked about how expensive life was getting. Another person complained about being broke before payday, and Liam just shrugged and said, "I plan every expense." The table went silent for half a second. Then came the laughter. Not aggressive, not cruel, just dismissive, like he had said something outdated, something unnecessary, something people grow out of when they start living properly. Aaron smirked. "Bro, you're not in school anymore. Budgeting is for people who don't earn enough." Jason added, "Just make more money. That's the real solution." Maya laughed. "I'd rather enjoy my life than count every penny." Liam didn't argue. He just smiled, because that was the first thing he had learned about money. People don't like being told their habits are expensive. So he stopped explaining and started building. While they spent, he studied. While they upgraded their lifestyles, he upgraded his knowledge. While they chased comfort, he chased control. He wasn't earning more than they at first. In fact, he was earning less, but he had something they didn't: structure. Every month, he had a plan before it even arrived. Rent, bills, savings, investments. Everything had a category. Everything had limits. Everything had a purpose. To his friends, that looked restrictive. To Liam, it felt like clarity. The gap started small, almost invisible. While they increased spending as income increased, Liam kept his lifestyle stable. When he got a raise, it didn't upgrade his life. He upgraded his future. An extra few hundred didn't become new clothes or nights out. It became investments, emergency fund, debt clearance. Small, boring decisions that nobody applauds. But boring decisions compound, and that's something most people never understand until it's too late. At 27, the jokes hadn't stopped. If anything, they had gotten louder, because from the outside, Liam still didn't look successful. Same car, same clothes, same quiet habits. Meanwhile, his friends looked like they were winning. New apartments, luxury trips, Instagram feeds full of experiences. To them, Liam looked stuck, behind, even a little naive. One night, Jason said it directly. "Man, you're too careful with money. You only live once." Everyone laughed again. Liam didn't, because by then, he had started noticing something they hadn't. They were earning more, but saving less. They were living more, but worrying more. They looked richer, but felt poorer. And slowly the illusion started breaking. The first crack came when Aaron lost his job. It wasn't dramatic, just a restructuring email on a Tuesday morning. No warning, no negotiation, no loyalty reward for years of work. Just a severance package and a polite goodbye. Within 3 months, the financed car became a burden. Within 4 years, credit card debt started building. Within 6, the lifestyle that once looked impressive became unsustainable, and suddenly the jokes stopped feeling funny. Meanwhile, Liam stayed consistent. Not lucky, not special, just consistent. He kept his spending below his income no matter what, even when it felt slow, even when it felt unnecessary, even when people questioned it, because he understood something simple that most people ignore. Financial freedom is not built in big moments. It is built on repeated small decisions. At 29, something changed, subtly at first. Liam started saying no more often. No to expensive trips he couldn't justify. No to impulse spending. No to lifestyle pressure. And every no created something that most of his friends didn't notice at the time. Space. Space in his bank account. Space in his mind. space in his future options. Because money saved is not just money, it is time waiting to be used later. By 31, the difference was no longer subtle, it was visible. Jason was still chasing upgrades to feel successful. Maya was juggling payments behind her social media posts. Aaron was recovering financially, but starting from zero again. And Liam? Liam had options. That was the difference nobody sees coming. Not luxury, not status, options. He could change jobs without panic, take breaks without fear, make decisions without financial desperation. And that freedom didn't come from income alone. It came from discipline repeated over the years. The reunion that changed everything happened almost by accident. Same group, same table, different energy. Jason arrived first, talking about rising costs. Maya mentioned another credit card payment she was managing. Aaron admitted he was still rebuilding stability. Then Liam arrived. Nothing flashy, no announcement, no dramatic entrance, just calm. But something about him felt different. Not louder, not richer in appearance, more grounded. The conversation eventually drifted to money. Jason laughed lightly. Honestly, budgeting is pointless. You still end up broke anyway. That was when Liam finally spoke up. I'm financially free. Silence. Not dramatic silence, confused silence. Maya blinked. What does that even mean? Liam didn't hesitate. It means I don't depend on a paycheck to survive. No one laughed this time, because this time they could hear the difference. Aaron leaned forward. How? And Liam explained it simply, not with jargon, not with theory, with truth. I lived below my means for years. I invested consistently. I avoided debt. I didn't upgrade my life every time I earned more money. He paused. That's it. No secret hack, no shortcut, no viral trick, just discipline over time. And that's when it hit them. There was no mystery. Just patience they didn't have. Jason shook his head slowly. That sounds boring. Liam smiled. It was, but boredom built my freedom. That sentence landed harder than anything else said that night, because it exposed the real reason most people never become financially free. They confuse excitement with progress and discipline with restriction, when in reality it's often the opposite. Excitement leads to spending. Discipline leads to ownership. The truth Liam understood, and they were only beginning to see, was this. Budgeting was never about limiting life. It was about expanding it later. Every restriction they mocked had quietly become his advantage. Every skipped impulse purchase had become invested capital. Every no had turned into a future yes without fear. And while they were laughing at his present, he had been building his exit. Years earlier, they saw him as behind. Now, they saw him as free. And the uncomfortable realization settled in. They were not smarter, they were just earlier in the consequences of their choices. Before leaving that night, Maya asked him one final question. Do you ever regret not enjoying life more when we did? Liam thought for a moment, then answered honestly, I enjoy it now more than I ever could have then, because freedom changes everything. Food tastes different when you're not stressed about bills. Time feels different when you own it. Life feels different when money is not a constant background worry. Most people never see financial freedom coming from people like Liam because it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't look exciting. It doesn't go viral. It just builds quietly while others are busy judging it. And by the time they notice it, it's already complete. If this story made you rethink money, discipline, and freedom, like the video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more stories about success, psychology, and the truths people only learn too late.